Okay, today let's go in here and talk about U.S. housing prices because I keep hearing that from a bunch of people that, oh, geez, I'm doing really, really well because my house price keeps going up, and everybody doesn't seem to understand the fallacy with that. So it's time for you guys to start thinking of yourself because this is really just fake money again, and it's a fake asset because you really don't own it. You're banking you own it, and the bank doesn't even have any money invested in it if you understand how they do fractional reserve banking, but you're on the hook for it if you don't pay. So anyway, U.S. housing prices are going to rise at twice the speed of inflation and pay for it. So anyway, just kind of a point to be made there. The prices have been rising along with this post-lockdown demand, and everybody thinks they're doing so well with it. But let me caution you on that. Stop and think about this for a minute. If you can't get a mortgage for your house, what is it really worth? Really stop and think about that for a minute, because we could be heading down that path here in the very near future if this economic system breaks down and busts altogether. If you had to buy it with Bitcoin, what is your house truly worth? Is it worth 1 Bitcoin? Is it worth 2? It probably ain't worth the hundreds of thousands that everybody says, oh, well, my house is so valuable now, and it's worth 500,000, $500,000, whatever it is. So something to stop and think about, because most people, I don't think, have a clue where their house value is at, because it's all related back to a mortgage. And if you can't get a mortgage, what's that house really worth? It's not worth a lot. So stop and think about that going forward. So anyway, that's more in line with, to me, with the fake cash that's out there. And an article that goes along with that is this NBER working paper series that came out way back in 2012. They put together this paper, and it basically goes in here and shows that the abstract tells it. We show that easier access to credit significantly increases housing prices. So here's a paper that was done on it by somebody that's not even biased. So just another point that watch what you're investing in. Be careful what you think's an asset, because I don't think your house is worth hardly anything if we can't get a mortgage on it. So let's go in here and take a look at, oh yeah, the Fed. They're just printing up money like it's going out of style. We've risen several $1 trillion here in the last several months. So I really don't think that's going to slow down at all. They're keeping this system afloat right now, but I think there's going to be some massive changes here in the near future, and I think those that are prepared for it will probably do fine. Those that aren't going to have a clue what's coming, because either the system's going to change, we're going to move away from this paper money system that I've been ranting about, because it's all fake. There's nothing to it. This dollar, they can print it out of thin air and do whatever they want with it. And anytime they need an extra trillion to send out some stimulus here or there, they just print it up. So be very careful what you're thinking that's a quality investment. That's why I say you got to think for yourself. You probably want to start getting some real assets if you haven't done so already, because inflation's rearing its ugly head. But this article from Kiplinger, I think, is totally false. Low inflation continuing for a while. Yeah, on the metrics they tell you, on the metrics that they check, because the metrics they check aren't the metrics that really count for it. Like, they've taken food out, they've taken gasoline out, taken housing out. So be careful where you're getting your information from, because look at this. Grocery costs jumped most 46 years, rising prices for meat and eggs. On there, and now we're starting to get down to where the rubber actually meets the road, because I think that's more realistic, and I think that's a truer reflection of what's actually going on. I went to a fast food restaurant last night, here, a local one, and they'd raised their prices nearly $2 on the meal that I get. $2 for a simple meal. That's up. That's probably a 30% price rise in just the last week. So, again, I think all of this stuff is rearing its ugly head. And do I think we're past the worst of it? No. I think we got a long way to go before any of this gets fixed. Whether or not you believe in President Trump and what he's doing is right or wrong, I think we got a long road ahead of us before any of this gets fixed. If we had something simple more like Bitcoin, where they couldn't print it at will, we wouldn't have a lot of these issues, I think. So, and that moves me right over here into the stock market, because there's another big one. Oh, I'm doing so well. My stock investments are up significantly this year. No, they're not. You price it on gold or Bitcoin, you're not doing so well. Gold is probably, or Bitcoin is probably one of the best performing assets this year. It's up like 34% for the year. And I don't think the stock market's up that much. So, and here's another one that'll get me off on a tangent. Right down here. Somewhere it's in here. Okay, and here we go. Here's another fake company, Tesla. The Tesla company. Don't even get me started about this, because you realize that Tesla is not a real car company. They're relying on government subsidies to keep that company afloat, because they can't make any money. They really don't have any clue how to build a car. And they bought one of the most expensive plants in the world to build a car in California, Fremont, California. And this car they can't make any money with because they don't have a clue how to build a car. Oh, but their stock price is up. They're forecasting $920 per share price from a $729 price. Oh yeah, I want to invest in that company because that's going to be really solid if anything goes awry. And well, I'd love to see what happens if the government pulls down its share of help for them. I bet you that company would implode in a matter of days. And of course, now Elon Musk is all upset because the state of California won't let his workers return to build cars, and he needs to be able to build cars in order to quote unquote make money. At least that's the public image he's given. But his company doesn't make any money anyway. So anyway, that kind of wraps things up for today. So have a good one and go out there and start thinking for yourself, because this world is changing dramatically, and it's going to continue to change here in the probably next 4 to 5 years significantly. Make sure you're investing in something that's going to be around for the next 4 to 5 years, and something that's going to be able to take care of you and take care of your family going forward. And I don't foresee that as being our paper dollar. So anyway, have a good one, and we'll talk to you in the next one.